Hello and welcome back. Welcome to part 4 of our USS Reuben James build. So we're doing the photo etch on the upper deck, and we're doing the opposite side to what we've already done in the last video. And I just want to show you something here that I forgot to mention in the last video. And here is your photo etch instructions. And what you probably don't know is that it shows you here, like for instance, I'm doing this piece here, all right, number 11, and it'll point down to where it is on the ship, where it goes and what it looks like, which is really handy. Then it'll have number 11 will also be pointed up this way, and it will show you on the line drawing of where it's going to sit as well. The good thing about this line drawing is that it's all to scale. So you can actually line up your photo etch on the drawing here, as I've got my piece that I'm starting to bend here, and place it over the top and just bend it so that it matches with those lines there, and you know that you've got exactly the right shape for when it goes onto the actual model itself. Makes things a little bit easier than trying to fiddle around on the deck of the ship and get it all straightened and accurate whilst you're still trying to avoid knocking pieces off. So as long as it fits on that outline, it's going to be fine. It's going to fit. All right. So I've just started on this. I'm going to work my way all the way along here. There's about half a dozen pieces. We'll work all the way up to the front of the ship and get all these pieces on. All right. So yeah, there's a little tip for you guys. It makes it so much easier just to check your alignment and make sure everything's right. Okay, all right. And another important thing on this particular model is that some of these little bars across are actually down, like they're hanging as though they're supposed to be replicating chain. Okay, so you've got to make sure you don't have your piece upside down. Otherwise, when you look at it, it's going to be sitting, it's going to look a little bit odd, because you have the chain at the bottom instead of the top. So just something there I noticed. You notice it here on these ones here. Right. Okay, I will continue on. We'll be back again in a second with more progress. Okay, so I brought you back in a little bit closer so you can have a look at a bit of my technique on handling this photo etch. And I want to just say a big welcome to the new people and people who are commenting in these videos. I'm quite surprised at the number of people who have actually served on this ship, and their knowledge has been very, very handy to have. And thank you, and keep the comments coming. And so one of the comments was about some of the ideas they got of how I use photo etch. That this particular person hadn't used photo etch before, but they're feeling a bit more confident after watching a few of my tricks. So one of them was, and you can see I've got this bent. This piece here isn't glued on yet. It's just sitting there. Obviously, it's not exactly where, probably there. That's probably where it's going to go. All right. This little piece on here, I've glued that on. So that was simple. All I simply do was I get my little piece of post-it note here, put a spot of glue like I did just there, and this, of course, is my the Icky Sticky Clear Flexi CA. Okay, put a spot down there, and then run the base of the photo etch, the rail that's going to attach to the plastic, just through that, and then come along and position it, and there it is. It's in. Now the other trick I had was the piece of blue tack, which I used there to hold my pieces while I'm working on them, because it's a lot easier to pick up pieces that are sitting in a bit of blue tack than there are when they're laying flat on a tile. You're there trying to get them, they're moving around, and there's more chance you're going to fling it off somewhere or whatever. This, it's right there. There it is. It's easy to grab and put back down. Okay, so another little tip. So this piece is actually going to go on here. So what I'm going to do is, and it's a bit of an awkward angle for me, but I'll show you what I'll do, is I'm just going to position it down, and that's pretty much it. It will go across just a fraction more. There, my hands aren't that steady. But let's get that back on there. It's going to go like that. That's pretty much close to what it's going to look like. All right. So what I'll do is I'll do a test fit like that before I glue it down. Also, particularly this, because these rails are going around quite a few pieces, I want to make sure these pieces aren't going to get in the way. There's holes here, and I've noticed already there are holes located around on the other side that I've already done that nothing goes in. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the instructions now, like these original instructions. There they are there. And we'll go through and check and find out what goes in those spots, and I'll get them ready and put them on so that we can be sure that the railing's not going to interfere and cause a bit of a fit issue. Okay. So that piece there, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bends in it. And having the layout, as I showed you, as a template to put it on, made that so much easier, because when I transferred across and came to put it on the ship, it was pretty much exactly the way it's supposed to be. So good on who is this model by? Academy for supplying those with the little instructions like that. All right. So yeah, I'll go put these plastic parts together now and get them on, and we'll see about getting these glued in and see if everything fits, and then we'll continue on. All right, back shortly, guys. Hey, welcome back again. So all that railing is finished. Well, almost. All that railing along that edge there is all done now. When I say almost, there's some other parts in the center here that need doing, but all that is now complete, except of course on the helicopter landing pad at the back there, we've got to there's these netting type photo etch that's got to go on, and a few pieces right on the very stern on that deck at the back there, so they'll need to go on there. So I'll start doing them next. The other pieces of photo etch that I'm referring to are bits that are to do with all the subsections that need to be put together yet. And if we go to the instructions, you'll see what I mean. So most of that is done. There's still a little bit of plastic parts in the center there that need to be put in, but anything that had to go near the railing is all on. We've still got some parts left to put together here. This big section here has got to go together, and of course all these. And because we're in step 9 and we jumped ahead doing the railings, we have to go back to do all those, and there's quite a bit of work to be done there. So we've done that. This is where we're really up to doing is this. But I think the first thing right now I'm going to do is finish the railings while I'm on a roll and work on that helicopter landing pad. I think that's the best thing to do. All right, so yeah, so that's it there. Now, the only concern I have with this is, I'll turn this around, there we go, is that where the decal goes, it's really up close to the railing. You know, it's right at the edge there. So I'm hoping the decal is going to be not too flaky. It's like a good solid piece. It's going to go down, because it's going to be difficult to slide it onto the deck when I've already got the railing fitted. But I think with a nice clear coat, I mean, that'll be towards the end of the build, of course, but once I've got the final deck paint on and there's a nice clear coat, and I'll do like a nice gloss clear coat on the back there just to put the decal on, and before I go back and probably do it a matte clear. Okay, in fact, certainly do it a matte clear, but just to get the decal on so there's a nice smooth surface for it to run down onto and not get in the way of those railings. But they have to go on. I can't not put them on, so we should be okay. But that's way off. So I'll get these railings on and I'll show you the progress, and if I have any problems. Otherwise, when I come back, it'll be done. Okay, I'll be back again in a second. Hey, welcome back again. So we're almost done on all the railings. On the back here, I just wanted to show you a little trick I use. So I've got this piece on the back here. It runs across on there. That has to be the most delicate piece I've ever come across so far. All right. The piece is number 36. Okay. And it's that one there. All right. It is really delicate. There's just a single piece of etch along the base of there. So when you take this off the fret, you've got to be so careful. I switched out a brand new blade so I'd have as minimal amount as possible of anything, chance of it bending anything. And but it came off and it's fine. It's all in one piece and on it went. The other thing is this piece railing right here on the transom deck. All right, it's not glued on, obviously. But what I want to show you is there is a slight curve in the back there, right? And to put that curve onto your photo etch, don't try and just bend it with your fingers. That's the last thing you want to do. Try to be accurate. What I do is I use a toothpick, especially if it's something this small. If it's something a bit bigger, I might use a round, like a chopstick or a pen, or even something like this, and roll it through. And I'll show you what I do is it's already bent enough here, but basically you put a little bit of pressure in the center and you apply the same amount of pressure as you roll it out each end, each side, like that. And the pressure you put down determines how much that's going to bend up. And do it on a surface like that. Don't do it on a solid surface. It's not going to work. It needs to sink in. So this foam here, this hard foam is perfect. If you can find pieces like this, you'll be fine. And just slide it across or roll it along, whatever, until you get them even on both sides, just the smallest amount, because it's only a slight curve. And then what I do is I use my blue tack there, of course, as I've mentioned before. I'll pick up the piece, place it there, and it's handy then. It's not floating around and sliding all over the place. And you're not going to lose it. Nothing's going to knock it, or in this case, it's so small, blown away by breathing. And then it's just a matter of test fitting, coming over. And, well, you saw it there before. I'm not going to, my hands are a little bit shaky. It's early in the morning and I've had already too many cups of coffee. And get it test fit, make sure it's all fine before you glue it. The option for gluing it is either, like I say, I use my little pieces of little note paper here. I'll put a dab of glue down and then I'll just run the rail. I'll just hold it like this. Again, back on there is better. I'll just roll it, slide it through the glue like that, so there's a small layer on the bottom, and then put it in its position. You can come along and use something like this, which is a bit smaller with an end, or even smaller again. Tap your glue and just run a really small line across the bottom. You could do it that way too, but remember, once you put the glue on there and you go away, put that down, pick this up, bring it across, it's starting to dry. This is CA glue, it dries quick. So it's better to just run it on there, like I said before, bring the piece across all in one movement and put it down on its spot. Okay, because I got to tell you a little hint. Okay, CA glue doesn't stick to CA glue. So if you've got CA glue on there and it didn't work, so you're going to go and try again, put some more glue down on your metal part and then try and position on top of the CA glue that's already there, you're going to have great difficulties, trust me. You really would have to try and get that stuff off before you attempt to fit it again. Where possible, don't put CA glue onto CA glue. Only glue one side of what you're attaching. All right, so I'll get this on and we'll come back and we'll see where we are in the overall progress of everything. Back shortly. So let's have a look at where we're up to here and how the progress is going. All that railing is done for this page of the instructions. Now there was one other mistake I did come across on the instructions, is this piece here. It's number 46. Okay, so obviously this side of the deck, all these pieces show the opposite. Okay, showing the opposite because they're on the opposite side of the deck. All right, so they've got to be bent the opposite way. This piece here isn't. This piece here is shown exactly as it is on that side. Okay, you want to look at that the other way around. Okay, so the three little smaller sections are actually on this end, not that end. Otherwise you're going to, yeah, it'll confuse you. So just be aware of that if you're building this model. Otherwise you might end up bending it the wrong way. Okay, so other than that, we're all done. We've got all this on the rear landing pad there. We've got the railings on the transom right on the very back. There it is there. So that's all done. Everything went on beautifully on there. No problems at all. Sat glued nicely. This glue is fantastic and so easy to use and apply. There's no sign of any glue marks anywhere on this. It's amazing. So we're done with this page, but that's not all, of course, with the photo etch. Now we've got to turn over the page and there's heaps more there. All right, we've done a little bit of here, but there's all this here we haven't done. But what we need to do now is go to our instructions and, right, we were on step 9, all right, and we put most of the parts on that we're going to be anywhere near the railings, all right. There's still some parts that we still need to put on that weren't in the way, so I'm going to go through and get all those little pieces on that I haven't crossed off yet, and we'll get them on the top deck. Then there's all these superstructures and all these sections here that have to be put together, which is going back to doing, and there you can see step 6, that needs to be put together, and we've got the tower and all these parts need to be done, as well as the photo etch added to that. Okay, and of course there's a few other bits and pieces, and then towards the end we'll do the helicopters and so forth. All right, so there we go. There she is so far, looking nice. And yeah, I'll get on to it, and this will be the end of this video. You'll have to come back and watch the next video for the further progress. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like it, and also comments are welcome below. Questions or just motivational comments are great. Not that I need it, because I'm really enjoying this, Bill. I really am. And yeah, it's the further I go, the more I'm really impressed with how it's turning out. So yeah, and hopefully yours too if you decide to build this. All right, thanks everybody. Don't forget, catch me on the weekends doing the live stream, and subscribe to our Facebook Hangouts group.